The Warriors go into Minnesota, game one of the series, and defeat the Timberwolves. It was a heck of a win. It was an unexpected win. It was a win that if you told us at the beginning of the game Curry was going to leave the game due to injury in the second quarter, we would think blowout, that the Warriors would just get run off the court. And a lot of people thought that was going to happen even with Curry. Instead, the Warriors control this game. They deserved to win it. They were clearly the better team, even though they were the more tired team. You had a rested Timberwolves team. I think rust was a factor. But what a great all-around team win. The Timberwolves, they struggled from shooting. They really struggled. They only made 5 threes. And if I'm not mistaken, they didn't even make a single three-pointer in the first half. And 5 for the entire game. And this was an amazing statistic. Yeah, 5 for 29 shooting from 3. And in the quarter where Curry got injured left, did not return. The second quarter, really halfway through the second quarter, the Wolves scored a total of 11 points in the second quarter. 11 points. Who stepped up for the Warriors? Draymond Green. He hit several big threes right around that time in the second quarter. Total of 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. You'd think Jimmy Butler would have had to score more, but he scored 20, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. The Warriors were 18 of 42 from 3. It was 42.9%. 18 threes to the Timberwolves' 5. I also have to talk about Buddy Hield. Stepped up again. He had the game high. 5 of 8 from 3. 24 points. 24 points again for Buddy Hield. He's feeling it right now. He's confident, and the Warriors need that. They need contributions up and down when they were without their best player. And, man, it really is a league where it's about hitting your threes. It's a make-or-miss league. And the Timberwolves didn't have it. Not in this night. Anthony Edwards has improved greatly in his three-point shooting, but this was a struggle for him. He still had his 20-plus points, but it was late. It was kind of an inefficient game for him. Naz Reid was the best player on the court for Minnesota, and if you've watched them over this year and last year, that's not all that much of a surprise. He's a great player. I mean, 6th man of the year. He can play center. He can play power forward. And unlike so many of these center types and power forwards today that really drive me crazy, yeah, he can make the threes, but he can also finish. He can rebound. He can do it all. He's an excellent player, but it wasn't enough. As the Warriors were very good on defense, they tightened things up defensively, and how about this? It wasn't just the three-point shooting. How about the rebounding? The Warriors out-rebounded the Timberwolves 51-41. I mean, no one would have blamed the Warriors for losing this game. Even if Curry was in, no one would have blamed him. And once he was out and it was ruled that he would not return, you wondered if the Warriors would get enough scoring. Yet they did. Draymond, Jimmy, Buddy, and just enough from the others. Is they're greatly outsized in this particular matchup. You look at Curry and where he is at the end of, well, at least at the very end of his prime, and then you look at the athleticism and all the potential and just the ascent that Anthony Edwards is in, just beginning to enter that prime. It's not easy winning playoff games. This is an experienced team. Timberwolves were in the Western Conference Finals last year. They know how to win. But this was a bad night for them, and the question keeps coming up, well, long term, they made the big trade for Towns and Randall. Are they a better team or not? And I keep going back and forth. Just depends on the night. They're both very good players. There's some things that one does better than the other. I mean, to me, Randall's a little bit more of a physical player, even though he's not quite as tall. Towns is obviously a superb three-point shooter for a guy who's around 7 feet. They're both very good players. And they both present problems for the Warriors. And there you have the Warriors with their lack of size actually presenting problems for the Timberwolves. Because I don't think Gobert is going to see a lot of court time in this series. Well, that may change with Curry being out. But this was just another entry, another great game. Regardless of whatever happens in the rest of the series, this playoffs for the Warriors, a great entry, great win in the Steve Kerr era. You made it to the second round, and you go on the road, 1 day's rest, your best player goes out in the second quarter, and you still manage to win against the team that you're underdogs against. You're not expected to go in there and win. All you really want to do is win one game on the road. That's always the goal, and they've already done that. We don't know the extent of Curry's injury. It's a hamstring injury of some sort. And usually those are, if all goes well, see about the MRI, all goes well, you can expect someone to be out usually for a minimum of a week. And that puts you at about game 5. Can the Warriors, manage to win one more game? We'll see, but it's all we already said entering the series, it's all hands on deck. Kuminga even saw some action. Spencer saw some action. I like Spencer, and I am pro Kuminga. They're going to need more out of Moody. They're going to need more out of Kuminga. They're going to need more out of Quentin Post to make this series close and hopefully make it a series that will last so you can get Curry back. But we talk about it all the time. It's just about health. It is so difficult to stay healthy through these playoffs. And, I just listed off a major injury all those years for the Warriors. You look at those championship seasons, I can't come up with a series where someone didn't have a big injury, or a season of playoffs where someone didn't have a big injury. Take the 2015 season when the Warriors go up against the Cavs. Kevin Love was out for the finals. Kyrie busts his knee, and at the end of game 1, Warriors win. Maybe they wouldn't have won that series if Kyrie was healthy. We don't know. Then the second finals run, the Cavs have their healthy team, but then the Warriors lose Bogut. At the end of that finals, and they really struggled at the end of that finals without him. That could have been the difference right there. The third run, well, it was the conference finals with Kawhi and the Spurs and the injury. The Warriors were getting, they were down big. I mean, I want to say it was almost 20 points when Kawhi was injured. Zaza, you know what that is. Would the Spurs have beat the Warriors? I don't think so, but they could have made the series at least a little interesting. It may have gone possibly 6 games. I mean, the Warriors just felt like they got off to kind of a slow start. And, the thing about those Warriors were they were so good, they could just turn it. When they need to turn it on, they really could beat anybody. And my opinion, like so many others, they would have, even if they lost that first game, they would have beat the Spurs and taken care of their business. But still, it's yet another injury. Following year, Chris Paul gets hurt and the Warriors were down 3-2. Chris Paul gets hurt in the conference finals. Maybe the Warriors wouldn't have won. I don't know. But then they have the rematch in against the Rockets, and Chris Paul's healthy, but the Warriors don't have Durant, and they beat the Rockets anyway, even without Durant. And they get to the finals. You lose Durant and Clay, and of course, if the Warriors had the whole team, with all due respect to the Raptors, and they were a very good team, I think they would have beat the Raptors in 6. It wouldn't have gone 7. And then even take the 22 playoffs, the Warriors face Denver, no Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter, and they take care of their business. I mean, it's hard to find a playoffs where someone doesn't get a break these days. I mean, even take the Celtics last year. Halliburton got hurt in the conference finals, and there was really no challenge for the Celtics. I mean, you take the best player off any team, even the second best player off any team, your depth is going to be tested, and that's probably going to break you. Even if you are or were on paper the better team, you take the first or second best player of anyone's team, and you're probably going to lose that series. I mean, look at what happened with the Bucks, with Lillard. Now, the Pacers are looking a little better than anyone expected, but there's another example of these injuries where... And look no further than the Cavs. The Cavs had such a terrific season this year, and they have 2 injuries in their starting lineup. And now they're down 0-2. All that hard work, and they're in a hole, and they're on the road. They have 2 road games in Indiana, and they're down 0-2. I mean, they might just be done. The Cavs. It comes down to who is healthy. The Nuggets and Thunder right now are both healthy. The Celtics and the Knicks right now, well, Porzingis is always, I mean, I never think you can count on Porzingis. But besides that, they're healthy. The Celtics, Knicks. So we'll see what happens with Curry. But with this Warriors team, even if they're down Curry, they are going to fight the Timberwolves every inch. They're going to make them earn it. I anticipate that the Timberwolves are going to come out playing much better. They're going to be more focused. They'll be sharper. They'll make adjustments. They'll know, at least in game 2, we don't have to worry about Curry. And who's going to be the one to beat him? Can Hield continue to stay hot? Can he do that? Who else might step up? Pajemski. Could it even be a Moody or a Kaminga or a Post? We'll have to stay posted. A great one. I mean, this is just one of those ones you're very proud of your team on such short rest. Down Curry against at least on paper, a better team. Better team with a superstar like Anthony Edwards. To defeat them like this, I applaud the Warriors and, just continue to appreciate what they've given us. And we've had just some great finishes in these games. I have to just talk about that Nuggets Thunder ending. That's the lesson for the teams. If you let teams stick around and you don't put them away, look out. And the Thunder, 68 wins this season? I was picking the Nuggets to beat the Thunder. I think the Thunder are a very good team. And they did it even without all that great of a Murray game. Jokic was crazy. He had a 40-20 game, and Aaron Gordon was excellent. He has the game-winning 3. That was about as good as it gets. And the Thunder did not put the Nuggets away. They let them hang around there. And now, they're in for a fight. The Thunder, they are really in for a fight. And the Celtics have to realize with this Knicks team, they're really in for a fight too. Don't underestimate the toughness of the Knicks. I don't always know about the toughness of Karl Anthony Towns, but Brunson is tough. Hart and OG, those boys on the Knicks are tough guys. They are, and their head coach, Tibbs, is tough. Celtics may be in for a very long series, and their road to the finals is much harder this time around. Whoever they have to face. Just getting through the second round is going to be hard. And it looks like they're probably going to face, we can't ever guarantee, but it looks like a healthy Pacers team this time around. And I'm still going to say the winner of the Thunder and Nuggets will represent the Western Conference. And that is going to be much more difficult than the Mavericks. Because with the Mavericks, you had Kyrie, who had a miserable series last year in the finals. And you had Luka. Yeah, Luka's offensively speaking an all-time great. There wasn't a whole lot else on that team. You're going to deal with more depth and more size with the Thunder or the Nuggets. So let's continue to enjoy these playoffs. It's been great so far. I love TNT, especially the doubleheader TNT games. ESPN, their broadcast. It's a shame that TNT is not going to continue to have the NBA games, but I am very confident in Amazon and NBC that they'll deliver great broadcasts. But it is such a drop off when you go from the TNT broadcast to the ESPN broadcast. That's a wrap for tonight.